Hidetaka Suehiro, the game designer better known as Swery, started to gain notoriety after the 2010 release of Deadly Premonition. However, the murder mystery survival horror game was his second attempt at game direction. His directorial debut came with a little-known PlayStation 2 release in 2004. So let's take a look at how Swery grew as a game director from his first game to the second, as we play through Spy Fiction.
Access Games.
The balance of power will change. The oppressor will be oppressed. Terrorists. That's a matter of perspective. Those who hold the reins of power aren't labeled as terrorists. The weak-minded worship the government. It is political messianism. We refuse to be bullied by bureaucrats, fools, and liars. You've been warned. There is one way out of hell. Repent, confess your sins, and you will live.
So just like with Deadly Premonition, don't worry that you don't know what was going on in that intro. That'll get explained later on. So, welcome to Spy Fiction. It's a stealth action game, the premise of which is basically, hey, Metal Gear Solid was cool, right? That's basically what this game was built around. It's a stealth action game that cribs from other such games, such as Metal Gear Solid, as well as several spy movies. We'll be taking a look at those as we go through the game. But let's start. And of course we start off by choosing the difficulty. There's easy, which, if you're bad at stealth action games like me, you might choose. Normal, expert. However, the hardest difficulty in this game is called Scarface, the name of which will be explained later on. If you get discovered at all by guards, the game is over. Well, that's not fun, so we're gonna go with normal. You can also choose adventure level settings if you want hints for how to solve the puzzles and such. We'll go with level 1 so we get the most hints. 2 agents to choose from, 2 characters we can play through the game as. We have to choose here. We can't alternate between characters. We have Billy Bishop and Sheila Crawford. So, they play basically the same way. They have some differences, but there's not too different, depending on who you pick. We're actually going to alternate between the 2. I'm going to be doing 2 playthroughs of this game, and we'll be alternating through this as we go through. So we'll be seeing both characters. Otherwise, you know, we would go through the entire game with only seeing one and not the other. Something that I should mention is that this game does have some significant load times. We're seeing it right now, but I'll be cutting that out as we go through this game. Yeah, it's still going. So this video is going to be about the prologue, which is entitled Phantom. The game starts in the middle of things. Rather, I should say it starts at the end of things. The game starts at the end of the game. And then as we continue through the game, we see what led up to the events of the end. More loading. So, dramatic introduction, as we are skydiving from a helicopter
Let's
to...
begin the briefing. Phantom's assignment is to disarm Enigma, the terrorist cell hiding out in Wolfgang Castle. Enigma's bioweapon, Lauder, must be found and destroyed. Bishop and Sheila, you run the op. Nicholas, you stand by as support. Our friend, Michael, is already in the castle. Make contact with him ASAP. His intel is crucial to your mission. The CIA is deploying Delta Force from Langley. They'll create a diversion from the lakeside. That should buy you time to get to the terrorists' headquarters.
Alright, sure.
Enigma's ambitions are global. You must stop them at any cost. It's up to Phantom. The fate of the world rests with you.
Let me tell you about Halo. Move your body forward, backward, left, and right. That's it. Now adjust the target cursor until it lines up with your target. There are anti-aircraft sensors around the target. Open your chute directly over the target. If not, it's curtains. Got it? Look at your altimeter. Open your parachute between 3,000 and 1,500 feet. Yank that sucker over. Hold the square button down to grab the ripcord handle. Release the button to pull the cord, and your parachute will open. If you open it above 3,000 feet, the enemy will see you. Mission over. If you open it too late, you're roadkill. Don't screw up. 1,500 feet is the deadline. Any lower, you're dead. Got that?
Mm-hmm.
See you on the ground. Perfect, you've got it. Now stay on target.
Great, then let's open our chute right now.
You've been spotted. You opened your parachute too soon. Mission over, hotshot.
And so the world was doomed. Now we'll try that again.
Perfect, you've got it. Now stay on target.
Okay, so we opened our chute too soon or spotted. We have to wait until we're further down. Now, something we were not told in the briefing is that there are flying briefcases as well
Watch the altimeter.
as sky mines. For some reason didn't mention that. Could have been useful to know. Yeah, that's what happens when you hit the mines. So, So, as I said before, the game kind of just throws you...
Get ready to open your chute.
Just kind of throws you right into the middle of things. Again, we were not given too much of an explanation as to what's going on, but this will all be made clear as we go through this. And, some rotating mines. It's a neat trick. So there's the target right below us, and it looks like we're all clear. Just head on down. I don't think we've forgotten anything.
You went past the deadline. How am I going to explain this to HQ?
Right. We had to open the chute. Details. Try that again. We did pretty well, I think, avoiding those sky mines last time. But they can be pretty dangerous. They do take off a lot of health if you hit them. Like that.
Storm, watch the altimeter.
And that. That too.
You're almost in range. Get ready to open your chute. Man, I can't stand this.
Well, Nicholas is getting pretty mad at Billy, so let's try this with Sheila. See if she does any better. The controls are not any different from Billy to Sheila, but since we've practiced this a few times now, we should be able to avoid all the mines and get all the briefcases. And you do want to try to get the briefcases.
Forget the storm, watch the altimeter.
Because the briefcases do have some valuable items. And Nicholas tells us to watch the altimeter, but the storm itself is pretty important because there is a meter there that gives us the wind direction and power. And that'll knock us off course. We can see that the wind is blowing to the right now. It's blowing straight ahead. And that can affect our descent.
You're almost in range. Get ready to open your chute.
Almost at the bottom here, there are those spiraling mines, but we're going to avoid those altogether because there's another briefcase down here by those mines that look like arrows. That has a rare, pretty valuable item in it that we'll take a look at later. Since we get that, now we want to get right over that target since we're almost at 1,500 feet and pull the chute.
Time has come. Anything could happen on a night like this. Still going in?
I'm ready for it. There's no turning back for me now.
Whatever you want.
Okay then, let's get on with it.
Bishop? Nothing. Never mind. I'll go in ahead. You come in behind.
Roger.
Back in the hole.
Back in the hole.
Move the camera with the right analog stick. It's useful for spying.
Right, rotating the camera is useful for spying. We'll remember that. But anyway, our friend Nicholas has opened up this entrance into the enemy base, so let's follow him and see what's going on inside. Now there's Nick right over there. And we can look at him using our first-person view. We can also access our weapons and spy tools using this menu in the upper right. We can use that to select our gun. And we can use the first-person view to aim our gun. No, Billy. Don't cheat your friends. Well, Sheila will probably know better. Right, don't shoot Nicholas. Instead, we can take a nice picture of him with our camera. Also, there are some wooden barrels and crates around, which we can smash open to get some items if we want to do that. We got plenty of items on the way down during the Halo drop, though, so it's not really necessary. Alright, let's follow Nick and see where he wants us to go. He seems to know the way around.
Press and release the triangle button quickly. You can empty your hands or switch between the tools you're using.
Alright, let's follow Nick. Now, like I said, we got the briefing as to what we're doing here in this castle, but we really don't know who Phantom is and who Enigma is and anything that's going on. And that's because this is really starting at the end of the game.
Enemy soldier ahead. Use the L1 button to get past the guards. Press the L1 button to blend into the wall.
And when he says blend into the wall, he really does mean that, because we've got optical camouflage. Also, due to a sensor that we've got equipped, we can see the guard's cone of vision, so we can see what he's looking at. Now, since this is supposed to be a sneaking mission, we want to be all stealthy and try to just sneak past him. We could shoot him, but that's not very stealthy. So let's try this. Unfortunately, we lose our camouflage when we move. But, nevertheless, that was easy enough to sneak past the guard. And here, using our biosensor, we can see that there are 2 guards inside. We'll try doing the same tactic. There's one moving around to the left. Now, the one to the right, if we take a look at him, he's asleep. So sneaking by him will be simple as long as we don't make any noise. Narcolepsy makes our job easy. We're gonna stop here about because that guard turned around. We probably could try to sneak up a bit closer, but since we are trying to be as stealthy as possible, let's just wait till he turns the other way, so we can get past him without any incident. There he goes. And while he's turned around, just go through the door.
So far, so good. I'll go in, you two follow.
Well, before us two can follow, we have to see how Billy's doing sneaking past the guards.
Past the guards. Press the L1 button to blend into the wall.
Now, Billy does have the same stealth capabilities as Sheila, but sneaking past the guards is not really the Billy Bishop way. He prefers the more direct approach. There you go. See, Billy's primary advantage is that he's tougher than Sheila. He's better in combat. Sheila does have some more advantages, though, when it comes to stealth, which we'll be taking a look at later. Okay, careful now. Don't want to get his attention. Good job. Now, as for the guard that's sleeping over here, we'll have to be extra stealthy to take him out. So what kind of spy tools do we have here that we could use to eliminate him very sneakily? Yes. There we go. So there are a couple ways you could go about going through these levels in spy fiction. We could be sneaky, or we could take the direct approach and just kill everyone. Either way.
You're lucky to be alive. Don't get caught. Act like you belong here. Got it? I'll take the lead. You follow.
Nicholas doesn't really approve of Billy's methods, though.
Got your spider grips? Put them on. Hug a wall, jump, and press the L1 button in midair. Time it right, and you'll cling to the ceiling.
So here's the introduction of another one of our spy tools, the spider grips. They let us do this. If for whatever reason we have call to just crawl along the ceiling like this, we can with the grips.
I thought I heard something. The lights don't show any activity. Just a phantom eyes.
Oh yes, a phantom, because that's the name of our spy outfit. So he doesn't see us because we're above him. However, this guard, he's in our way, so we can't really sneak by him. We're gonna have to do this. Little neck snapping. Though that didn't kill him, it just stunned him for some reason. Neck breaking doesn't kill guards in this game. Pretty resilient, I guess. But how would Billy get past this? He's not really the one who wants to crawl above a guard on a ceiling. So what spy tools do we have? Alright, electric razor. If we need to shave in the middle of a mission, we have this. We can do this if we want. Though unfortunately there is no actual shaving in this game. The reason why we're carrying this around is because of this. It doubles as a stun gun.
The entrance to the castle is guarded. You'll need a disguise. Here's how it's done. Watch and learn. Take a photo of a soldier with a 3DA camera. Find a barrel or a small room to hide in and change into the soldier. You can walk around like you own the joint.
Okay, so it's time to introduce the main gimmick of this game, disguising. We can disguise ourselves as any character in the game. So if we just get a shot of this guard with our camera, get a picture. However, because we didn't get a picture from the front angle, we got it from the side, we only got the information for his costume and not his face. Rather, in this case, his helmet. We could change clothes into Nicholas's costume if we wanted to, but that won't help us sneak around. So let's do this. And because we didn't get the face data, we don't have his helmet, so our disguise is not as good as it could be, but it will pass. Now you might have noticed when we got out of that dumpster, it said that we picked up something called Garbology. That's another element of the gameplay. According to the manual, Garbology is an investigative procedure that is performed by collecting trash. So right, one of the gameplay elements is that we look through the enemy's garbage for useful information. This is what we just picked up, a memo from someone named Samuel, who is on our side. He talks about how to use the 3DA camera to get disguises. As he also tells us how to throw weapons, such as grenades, and other weapons we may come across. So, at least in the beginning of the game, the Garbology will be about gameplay instructions, to try to give you a bit more detail, a bit more information about your capabilities as a spy. First-person view, we already saw that. We can use the first-person view to help us aim our gun, if we want. So we do get a lot of Garbology throughout the game. Alright, so enough of that. Let's try sneaking past the guard and see how good our costume here is. Now you might notice in the upper left-hand corner, next to safety, there's an icon of an eye. That means the guard is now looking at us. However, we have not aroused his suspicion since he has not stopped us. So let's try going through the door.
Hi, where's your pass? It's a guard station. You're a troubleshooter. Retrieve it on the double. Shall I return your policy?
perfect disguise. Remember that technique. It will save your neck, my friend. You look like a soldier. Now walk the walk and talk the talk. If you get caught, this whole charade will be for nothing. Use shortcuts to get around. Your routes may be barred. Don't use your phantom spy tools. They're a dead giveaway. Now get going.
Okay, so while our spy tools will harm our disguise, we can also use these little incidental animations while we're disguised to increase our disguisability, I guess you might say, such as standing around holding a gun. We have some other animations we can use to try to fool guards. Some of them might look a little familiar. But let's get back to Billy and see how he's doing with this. Alright, so we have to be careful. We gotta take the picture of that guard so we can get his disguise. Careful now. No, Billy! Now there's no guard to take a picture of. So how are we gonna get past that guard at the door? Well, maybe Billy could try his hand at this whole stealth thing. See if he can sneak past him.
Intruder! Someone help!
No, that didn't work.
Roger, strike squadron, move out!
Okay, so Billy's got a little problem here. And, we're gonna get back to him once he's gotten out of this. Something I didn't mention before is that when you see a guard with an ear icon above his head, it means he has something to say. If we stand by him and do our little incidental animation while next to him, he'll say something. So in this case, let's get right next to him and start guarding.
Looks like someone's been through here. Impossible, no one can slip past me.
This might be a good time to show another one of our spy weapons, the bandage bomb. The bandage bomb is just it's a sticky bomb. I don't know why they call it something else. You can stick it on a guard. And now we've got a walking grenade. Just wait for him to go where you want him to go and press the detonator. We all know how sticky bombs work, I think. Not the most stealthy thing. But effective. Now sometimes when you come across barrels, a barrel might have its lid ajar, like that. If that's the case, we can jump inside and use it to disguise ourselves. As well as some barrels might have Garbology in them, so just make sure you check it out before destroying them. Some oil drums will be the same way. This one does have Garbology in it. So this one just explains what they call the disguise veil. That's our disguise system, how we create other people's clothes and face information, how our technology does that. I don't know if it's really necessary to try to give an in-story explanation as to how that works, but if you want one, here it is. As well, it also says don't use your spy tools when you're disguised. We were already told that.
Looks like someone's been through here.
No, Billy, don't take your costume off in front of the guard. Now we have to stun him. And by stunning that guard, he dropped his gun. Now Billy's got a new gun. Sometimes when you stun a guard, he might drop an item. However, this does not happen when you kill a guard, I'm pretty sure. Only when you stun them.
Intruder alert! We've got him, sir. Reporter to chapel? Roger.
Oh no, Nicholas. Well, anyway, this is the kind of action that Billy Bishop likes. None of this whole sneaking around stuff. Shooting in this game is pretty easy, as there's an auto-aim system. Just automatically targets onto enemies. We really barely have to do any aiming on our own. You might want to try to do first-person aiming if you want to try to get a headshot, which is more effective. However, these guys are wearing helmets, so they do have some protection against that. Might as well just do the auto-aiming as we're doing here. We have plenty of ammo too, so we don't really have to worry about running out in this part.
Retreat! Secure the prisoner and get out of here! Get the prisoner! Retreat!
Man, are you lucky. Those goons grabbed Nicholas. If he cracks, we're... Nick's tough. He'll survive. I suggest you get a move on. Here's the plan. Exit through the ventilation shaft. In there. Stay safe. I'll meet you on the other side.
Alright, so it looks like this mission is now also turned into a rescue mission, as we need to get Nicholas back.
They've cut off your exit. They know we're here. Move it! There's the chapel. In there. It's commanders and high-ranking officers only. Disguise yourself as an officer to gain access. Use the 3DA camera. Locate an officer and take his photo. Change into the officer ASAP. If your disguise isn't complete, the system won't let you in. And get a good shot from the front, showing the officer's face. See you in the chapel, if you succeed.
How about a little more confidence? If we succeed. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to get into that chapel, and we need to disguise ourselves as an Enigma officer in order to do so. So we have to find an Enigma officer so we can take his picture and get his disguise. And just a normal guard over there. And another one in there. So it seems like the first order of business would be to get to a hiding place so we can put on our guard disguise again. Okay, his back is turned. That's our opportunity. There's an open barrel right here. Let's just jump right in. And that one does have some Garbology in it. And again, this is just talking about gameplay instructions. How to sneak around, how to stick to walls, how to look around corners. Pretty standard stuff. Also that you can roll around to evade maneuvers. Alright, so now we're in a guard's disguise. We can walk around pretty confidently. Now we have to figure out where this officer is that we can take a picture of.
I've got him.
Walked a little far away, so we couldn't hear him.
I've got my orders. Smoke out these intruders with these grenades.
Grenades? You've got grenades? I want those grenades. Oh, he didn't drop them. Well, he doesn't always drop items and weapons. Let's take a look at another one of our spy tools. The mini cam that we picked up a little while ago. It's like our 3DA camera, except we can stick it to walls. There it is. And there we are. So this can be useful if we're trying to get pictures of enemies, but we don't want to get right in their face. It sometimes can be difficult to get a full-on shot of an enemy to get his face data. So the minicam can be useful for that if we know that the enemy will be walking by it.
Can you see the parabolic dish behind you? That's the chapel office. Say your prayers. It's Enigma's communication tower. There's always an officer on duty. You'll need a disguise to get in. Switch into an officer's uniform with the 3DA camera.
There's the officer. He's up there in that tower. So let's use our camera and try to get a shot. That's pretty far away. Wait. Hold on. There he is. However, because of the angle, we weren't able to get his face data. Just his clothes. So we can change into that, but it won't be a perfect disguise. And we need a perfect disguise to get past that camera. And in this disguise, we can adjust your glasses. More Garbology. Again, gameplay information. It actually is useful the first time you're playing through the game to read through these, so you know what your character is capable of. Now there's one about using healing items. I don't know if that's really necessary. That seems redundant. This is a pretty good one, taking hostages. You can pick up enemies that are knocked out and use them as a shield. Alright, so we've gotten part of the disguise, but it's not good enough. We need the face data. So how do we get a better picture of that officer up in that tower? He's not going to come out of the tower. We have to go up somehow. We have to get some altitude. By the way, here's our minicam. See, we can use it to take pictures of guys without actually having to get up close to them. If he turns around, we'll be able to get a shot of his face. And maybe not. Let's just knock him out. Whoops.
Hands up.
Okay, we arouse suspicion.
You can go. You're cleared.
Yep, we're clear. Right, so if you arouse an enemy's suspicion, he will search you. Fortunately, our punch didn't actually land, otherwise he would have outed us as an intruder. Now, what being searched does, if you notice in the upper left-hand corner, we have two squares that are labeled C. If we're searched, we will lose one of those C's, and if we lose all of our C's, guards will realize that we're an intruder.
Even if the accuracy of these sensors was improved, they only work.
Okay, just walked out of range.
Must be getting tired.
Must be. No one here. Even if we have a good disguise, getting too close to a guard will make them do this.
You can go.
And you notice we're going to lose one of our C's because of that. So because we only have one C left, let's try to avoid touching this guard.
Even if the accuracy of these sensors has improved, they only work up to 10 paces. Who designed this scheisse?
Who designed this scheisse indeed. So let's knock him out because on this platform we're on an even level with the tower. And there's the there's the officer. Got his face data. Now we can change into his disguise and get into the chapel. By the way, did I mention dumpster? Because dumpster. Alright, now we have the perfect disguise. He has 4 C's, which is the most C's you can get of any disguise. We have all the C's. And we have a Garbology memo that says we have to reload our gun if we run out of ammo. I think they're kind of reaching at this point. This one is a little explanation of the camera that guards the chapel. How it can scan face data. I don't know if it's really necessary to know how the camera works, but alright, I guess it's a nice little touch. Alright, so commanding officer coming through, and let's get to the chapel. But before we go in, we're gonna have to see how Billy's doing. How would Billy Bishop handle all this? Alright, even though Billy does like to take things on in a more direct fashion, he really is going to need a disguise for this. He can't just walk around in his sneaking suit. Fortunately, we did get a disguise earlier on. This is as soon as we're done getting items. Change it to our guard disguise. We have the full guard disguise, including the helmet. Still no grenades from that guy. Maybe he doesn't drop grenades at all, I'm not sure. It's always useful to get as many items as you can whenever you're in a new area. Alright, so now that we've gotten these items, how is Billy Bishop going to handle getting this disguise? Well, as Sheila, we went up to the ladder to the right. Let's try the one to the left and see what that takes us. Alright, so we're up on this platform. And we could get a picture. However, unfortunately, that guard to our left can see us. And if we take out our 3DA camera, he may notice that we're taking the picture. That is possible. Because the 3DA camera is one of our spy tools. So let's try taking this guy out. Very sneakily. Uh-oh.
What? Intruder! Alert!
Where?
Roger. Strike squadron, move out.
Where's the intruder? There's an intruder around somewhere. Come on, guys. Let's find that intruder. Let's go get him. He won't get away from us.
We might have an intruder.
Maybe.
Search the area.
We might have an intruder. Here, I think I have something that'll help us find the intruder.
Under attack! Set back!
I think that guy found him. Okay, so let's see if there's... Yep, no intruders. No intruders around here at all. Oh, wait. Here's someone else is looking for the intruder.
No intruders here!
Nope, no intruders.
No intruders here!
You know, maybe that wasn't fair. That guy was just doing his job, and It's not an easy job guarding a castle out in sub-zero temperatures like this, so let's get him up. Let's get him somewhere more comfortable where he can lie down. There we go. Alright, so shutters have fallen down over those windows during the alert, so we can't actually get the photo of the...
Intruder! Alert!
What?
Strike squadron, move out.
What triggered that? Oh wait. They found him. Alright, so if those guys are looking for the intruder, maybe we can help them as well.
Might have an intruder. All teams, search the area.
Yep, help them find that intruder.
Roger, strike squadron.
Yep, more guys down there who need help finding the intruder, I think. Unfortunately now we're out of intruder finding grenades. So we're just going to have to hang out here and wait a little while until the alert dies down, so we can finally take that picture.
Might have an intruder. All teams, search the area.
Alright, so now the caution is almost over, and once it is, those windows will... There we go.
All squadrons.
No, that was not face data. Just gotta get him to turn around so we can get his face. Missed. There it is. Okay, now we got it. Now Billy Bishop can also go into the chapel as well and see what lurks inside. Let's see. Just make sure no one's looking. That guy's gotten his neck snapped so many times. But enough of all this, let's just go inside the chapel and try to complete this mission.
Humans. Such frail, pathetic creatures.
Huh?
They're so predictable, so easily tempted.
Granted. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. So, how does it feel to meet the real Dietrich?
Let go!
I'm going to the airship now. I leave the dirty work to you.
With pleasure. Don't fight. Stand still now. I've arranged a delightful show for you. Something special.
Nicholas!
Beautiful, isn't it? But something missing.
No!
That's it! Yes!
You bastard!
What did you say? What did you call me?
You'll never be forgiven for all your atrocities.
In heaven, everyone's forgiven. But he will go to hell.
No!
Oh, poor baby. Didn't you like that?
Well, I guess one thing we can say is that between this game and Deadly Premonition, Swery did hire a better voice acting director. So the prologue is completed. As I said, the prologue takes place at the end of the game, and the future levels will take place before this and show what leads up to the events in this castle. And that's what we'll be taking a look next time, to see where this all started in the first place and get a better idea of who Phantom and who Enigma are. Just save the game. Fortunately, the save system in this game is much more conventional as opposed to Deadly Premonition. We can just save anytime we want, with multiple save slots. So, next time, more spying, more tactical espionage action, and more blood for the sacrifice. Yes!